Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today I wanted to do a review for WandaVision Episode 5. Alright, so Episode 5 of WandaVision just premiered, and this episode was insane for so many reasons. We saw something that was really cool, which I was hoping we would get to see, which was really kind of a balance between the sitcom form and the real-life form of the show. You know, Episode 4 really covered the sword and FBI side of things, and Episodes 1 through 3 really covered the sitcom style. So seeing a mix of that was really interesting. Now let's get into the main talking points of the show, or I guess the two main talking points, which were also the highlights of the show. Number one, Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, Evan Peters, arrived in WandaVision. This is huge because this means that the multiverse has officially been opened. Or, you know, maybe they'll play it off as he is just someone else and this is a character, but then he, you know, is revealed to be Quicksilver or something along those lines. But he is definitely in WandaVision. He definitely has the Quicksilver look, of course, with the 80s spin since the show is set in the 80s. But he had the silver hair, and it was the same actor. And I know I saw a video where it mentioned the subtitles said Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. So I think it's, you know, pretty certain that he is Quicksilver in one way or another, and this means the multiverse has officially been opened in the MCU timeline. Now, the other thing I really loved about this show was Wanda coming out of the kind of bubble she created, because I didn't think this is something that would happen until maybe the final episode with a big battle between Sword and the FBI and Wanda and possible other Avengers, or if everything would just kind of, you know, fall apart and that would lead into other movies such as Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness. But she did come out of the bubble in this episode, which was sooner than I thought she would. And we saw a few things. First of all, she had her accent back. I know there's been a lot of talk about Wanda's accent or how she lost her accent, and the Russo brothers came out and said that she's always had her accent, but because she was in hiding, she had to, you know, kind of cover it up and use an American voice. I know some people had some issue with that, but I think especially hearing her accent now, it's probably something she can suppress, or maybe when she gets kind of darker and angrier, it comes through. It could be something like that, but you know, no matter what, her accent is back. We also saw that Wanda is very much able to control the physical world. We saw this when she exited the bubble and made all of the FBI and Sword agents pointing their guns at her, point their guns at Director Hayward. And that was really cool to see because it lets us know that she can manipulate stuff outside of the kind of little world that she created. We also saw this through Monica Rambeau's clothes. So when Monica exited the bubble, or was rather thrown out by Wanda, you know, her clothes were kind of hanging up in the shield, you know, outside containment areas. And Monica had the idea of shooting them with a gun, and it turns out that they were bulletproof. Now, Monica kind of connected the dots and realized that Wanda can manipulate physical items. So Monica's clothes were changed from a bulletproof vest and the items of clothing she was wearing when she was pulled into the universe, or the bubble that Wanda created. And then when she exited, things were permanently altered and the clothes were bulletproof. So this further lets us know that Wanda can manipulate physical things, and it's really beyond something we've seen her do, you know, in the films, which I think is great. It's great character development, and it lets us know that they're going to do a lot more with this character moving forward in terms of her powers and what she can do. As always, I thought the humor was great in this episode. Darcy and Jimmy Woo killed it. They always have the best one-liners, and I think, you know, it really added some humor to what was overall a very dark episode. You know, Vision has supposedly, you know, his corpse was stolen and reanimated, supposedly by Wanda, and he's starting to figure out what's going on, whether, you know, it's part of him that's conscious or whatever Wanda did to him to kind of reanimate him and bring him back to life. He's starting to figure out what Wanda's doing, so that the whole story's taking a twist both inside the bubble and outside of the bubble. Overall, I think this was definitely my favorite episode so far because we saw everything collide. We saw the multiverse pretty much be confirmed with the return of Evan Peters as Quicksilver, and we're really kind of gearing up to what the final 4 episodes of the show will be, with, you know, everything getting really heated. So that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and also comment down below if you'd like me to make any other videos on WandaVision, other Marvel properties, DC properties, or movies in general. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.